Tonight we confront a horrifying reality in America, a reality that tragically links towns like Uvalde, Newtown, and Parkland forever. The scourge of school shootings continues to tear at the very fabric of our nation, leaving behind shattered lives and a haunting question: how can we stop this? From the halls of Columbine to the classrooms of Sandy Hook, the scenes are tragically familiar. The panic, the fear, the unthinkable loss. We'll examine the anatomy of these attacks, the root causes, and the devastating impact on victims and communities. We'll also delve into the heated debates surrounding gun control, mental health, and school safety. This isn't just about statistics or political talking points. This is about our children, our teachers, our communities, and our collective responsibility to find answers and create a safer future. It often begins with a sense of profound isolation, a simmering rage, or a deep-seated grievance that festers in the mind of the attacker. These individuals, often young men, move through the world feeling unseen, unheard, and consumed by anger. They may signal their intentions online or to peers, often missed or ignored until it's too late. Then the unthinkable. Armed with weapons obtained legally or illegally, they storm into schools, often targeting specific individuals or unleashing indiscriminate violence upon anyone in their path. Classrooms, once sanctuaries of learning, transform into scenes of chaos and terror as gunshots pierce the air, shattering the innocence of childhood. The immediate aftermath is a blur of sirens, frantic parents, and the gut-wrenching confirmation of casualties. It's a sight that no community should ever have to witness, a trauma that leaves an indelible mark on all those who experience it. There is no single answer, no easy explanation for why school shootings occur. It's a complex and toxic cocktail of factors that contribute to this uniquely American epidemic. Easy access to firearms, particularly high-powered weapons, is undoubtedly a major contributing factor. Mental health is another critical piece of the puzzle. Many attackers struggle with depression, anxiety, or other undiagnosed mental health conditions. We need to address the stigma surrounding mental health and ensure that young people have access to the support they need. Social isolation and bullying also play a role. In our hyper-connected world, many young people feel increasingly disconnected and alone. They may retreat into online echo chambers that reinforce extremist views or glorify violence. The impact of a school shooting extends far beyond the immediate victims and their families. It leaves an entire community reeling, grappling with grief, trauma, and a profound sense of loss. The psychological scars can run deep, affecting survivors, first responders, and even those who witnessed the events unfold through media coverage. The debate over gun control intensifies in the wake of each tragedy. We see calls for stricter gun laws, background checks, and bans on assault weapons, met with resistance from gun rights advocates who defend the Second Amendment. The cycle of debate, inaction, and tragedy continues. Schools, once considered safe havens, are now forced to adapt to this terrifying reality. We see increased security measures, active shooter drills, and a heightened sense of vigilance that can be both necessary and unsettling. Chapter 4: Caught in the Crossfire, Gun Laws and the Political Divide. The debate over gun control in America is as polarized as ever. On one side, gun control advocates argue that stricter laws are essential to curb gun violence and save lives. They point to the easy availability of firearms, the lack of universal background checks, and the proliferation of high-capacity magazines as contributing factors to the crisis. On the other side, pro-gun groups, often aligned with conservative politicians, argue that the Second Amendment guarantees the right to bear arms, and that any attempt at gun control is an infringement on that right. They believe that focusing on mental health and school safety is more effective than restricting gun ownership. Caught in the middle of this political stalemate are our children, living with the fear and uncertainty of potential violence. Some schools have implemented security measures like metal detectors, security cameras, and single points of entry, while others have increased the presence of armed guards or even armed teachers. Chapter 5. Never forget school shootings that shocked the nation. Certain tragedies are forever etched in our collective memory, serving as grim milestones in the history of school shootings in America. Columbine High School in 1999, where 2 students killed 13 people, became a chilling blueprint for future attacks. Sandy Hook Elementary School in 2012, where 20 first graders and 6 adults were murdered, shook the nation to its core and reignited the debate over gun control, particularly the availability of assault weapons. Yet, despite the national outcry, meaningful legislative change remained elusive. Parkland, Florida, in 2018, saw 17 students and staff members killed at Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School. In the aftermath, student survivors emerged as powerful activists, demanding stricter gun control measures and sparking a national movement. A uniquely American crisis. What makes the US different? The United States stands apart from other developed nations when it comes to the frequency and severity of school shootings. Why? It's a confluence of factors that create a perfect storm. The sheer number of guns in circulation in the US is staggering, with an estimated 400 million firearms in civilian hands. Weak federal gun laws, coupled with a patchwork of state regulations, make it relatively easy for individuals to obtain firearms, even those who might pose a danger to themselves or others. The lack of universal background checks and the loopholes that exist in the system allow guns to fall into the wrong hands. Cultural factors also play a role. The glorification of violence in media, the romanticization of guns in American culture, and the historical legacy of gun ownership all contribute to a society where guns are often seen as a solution rather than a problem. Finding hope, a call to action. The issue of school shootings in the United States is deeply complex and emotionally charged, defying easy answers or quick fixes. It's a multifaceted problem that demands a multifaceted solution. We need a national conversation that transcends political divides and focuses on finding common ground. This isn't about taking away anyone's rights, it's about protecting our most vulnerable citizens, our children. It's about creating a society where schools are safe havens for learning, not battlegrounds. We need to address the root causes, from mental health to gun access to the cultural factors that glorify violence. This is a call to action for every parent, every educator, every lawmaker, and every citizen. We cannot afford to become numb to the statistics, the headlines, the heartbreak. The time for action is now. The lives of our children depend on it.